I'm not so sure how to pronounce her name, but somebody's saying hi.
Hi. How do you... Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I should look up. How's the lighting?
Lighting's fine.
How come I can't see any of the comments? Oh.
Don't worry about that. I'll tell you.
Zarula? Is that how you say your name? I'm just gonna start getting ready. Okay. Happy Monday, guys. I sent out a gratitude newsletter on Friday, and I announced in there that this live morning chat is going to be the last one that we do publicly. And so in the future, if you guys would like to participate in this, if you're able to tune in, what we're going to do is I'm going to create a live stream with a special link. It's not going to be available publicly. And the only way you'll be able to get the link is if you sign up through my gratitude newsletters. So I'll leave a link down below after this live chat. It wouldn't let me update the description box before before this goes up for some reason. So I'll have it there. And once you have the link, even if you can't join us live, you could still click in to watch the replay. So I wanted to make that announcement. And we made this decision simply because, you know, I love being able to interact with you guys and hang out like this, but with the whole YouTube algorithm thing, what happens is I think there are, for people that don't know what's going on in this series, like it doesn't really make sense for them to just like pop in and like join, right? So I think because of that, what's happening is like the in and outs or the less engagement, it's messing up the YouTube algorithms, and it's not, my channel is not being recommended by YouTube, you know, because they recommend channels with higher engagement or like watch time. So we just wanted to let you guys know, and yeah, that's why we made this decision. Okay, I'm just, in case you're wondering, just using my Glossier skin tint. I'm testing out a sunscreen right now. I'm so excited because there is no white cast. It hasn't broken me out, but it's been less than a week. And I'm not going outside today, so I'm skipping it. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'm so excited to crossing my fingers that this is the one that works for me. And it's SPF 50, so that's really exciting, and it's pretty affordable compared to some of the other stuff I've used in the past.
Evan Chan says hi.
Hi. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So today our time here is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. I think the last 2 times we went over an hour, but Brendan's gonna help me to manage time, right? Today we're shooting for 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah, so 110. We got some work to do, so we can't hang out as long today. But yeah, as we're preparing for this, we're wondering, we're looking, and there weren't any questions that bled through from the last chat, because it's been 2 weeks. Last week we didn't do a live because it was Memorial Day weekend. And so I just thought I would take this time and this opportunity to kind of, share some announcements or things that I've been excited about recently, and to just kind of like keep you guys in the loop with what's going on over here. So first things first, I actually just shared this recently in the Above and Beyond, which is our accountability group that Above the Waves, our brand, is organizing. And I was just telling the girls how the other day, it was like 3 days ago, that like out of nowhere, I randomly just said, oh my gosh, I really like CrossFit. And it only took me like 7 years to say that. And I think a big part of that is it's not so much because, how do I say this? So it's still equally tough and challenging, like all the workouts, but I think it's because I am finally at a place now, like really truly, where I just want to do a little bit better than I did previously. And so, even when I'm around all these women that are just so strong and they can just do things that I cannot imagine doing right now, like pull ups or lifting certain weights, I'm just so inspired by them and I just want to be around that. And I got a taste of that when we started working out regularly last summer. And then I would say like last winter, I just kind of fell into a little slump with, I just wasn't working out as much. And I think the beginning of this year, up until now, it's been a struggle to kind of get back into everything. And so I went to the gym today by myself. Brandon actually stayed home to do some work. And I love going to CrossFit and seeing when like the majority of the class is female. It's like so badass. The music today was amazing and it was just really fun. And then like there was one guy that ended up joining us, but it was a female dominated class. And one of my friends, Laura, she's moving to Washington this Wednesday, so I'm bummed about that. I think today was our last workout together. So anyway, I wanted to share that. So leading into that is Brandon and I, we are going to bring Dating My Husband back, and we're going to film our first episode tomorrow. We're going to go out. Tuesdays we've assigned as adventure days in Maui, and Laura actually recommended a hike that's not too far from here. I haven't even told you about this yet. Yeah. And she's super helpful. So Laura has a channel, and her and her boyfriend, they have an interesting thing going on where they're not from Maui. They've only been here for I think like 6 months now. But prior to this, they've lived in Spain and Vietnam. And what they do is instead of just like traveling for bits at a time, they actually move to a place that they would like to live, and then they try to live like a local there. So they don't go and I forget what they say in their videos. They also have a YouTube channel, by the way. But they're like, we go and we live like a local. We buy used cars, and they just acclimate to whatever culture they place themselves in. And their time in Maui is coming to a close. So she's moving back home to Washington in 2 days. And what's amazing is Laura has been really adventurous on Maui. So I'm like going to her and she's like, yeah, what kind of recommendations do you want? I can let you know where to go. And that's been really nice because I know that it's tough to make that decision sometimes. And with all the choices, it can be very overwhelming to decide on where to start. And plus tomorrow, I think our adventure is going to be cut a bit short because Brandon's working in the afternoon. So yeah, we're excited to let you know about that. And alongside Dating My Husband, we will be doing this challenge together, the Love Dare Challenge. It's a 40-day devotional. It's pretty intense. And there's like a little blurb every single day. And at the end of it, there's like an application, like a challenge. So just to give you a little taste, like the first one is about love being patient. And the challenge for day 1, which is starting tomorrow, is, what is it? Resolve to demonstrate patience and to say nothing negative to your spouse at all. So for the entire day, you just have to, even if something wants to slip out, you just gotta bite your tongue. And we're going to be kind of sharing our journey as we're going through this together. Because it is a 40-day devotional, we're not going to be vlogging every day, but we'll do like a weekly check-in for every Dating My Husband episode. So that at least guarantees 7 or 8 Dating My Husband episodes, like centered around this book and us exploring Maui. So we're really excited to share that with you.
7 or 8?
Yeah.
40 days straight or weekdays only?
Oh, are we not doing the weekends?
Well, if we are, then wouldn't that be more like 5? Or,
No, I mean, I drew out the calendar, and
oh, is
like
it?
it was just when we share on Tuesdays. I think there were about 7. I don't know. I can't tell you off the top of my head. 7 or 8.
So real quick, Magena says hi. She's here from the future
Hi, Jenna.
because
Where
it's
are
Tuesday
you?
in Greece.
Oh, cool. Oh, I really want to go to Greece.
Yeah, Greece seems really cool. Denise says hi.
Hi,
I'd love to hear
Denise.
about your Memorial Day weekend.
Oh,
Anna says hi.
hi,
Team Rogers,
Anna.
yay for the gym. And Susie's really excited about dating my husband coming back.
Oh,
And Julie
thank
Lee
you,
says hi.
Susie. Hi, Julie Lee.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie. Memorial Day weekend. You know, Saturday and Sunday, I don't remember what we did Saturdays. Oh, no, we hung out with friends.
Yeah.
No. And then, yeah, Monday was that intense workout that I shared about in depth in my gratitude newsletter. So I'll try to keep it brief here. But yeah, there's an annual workout we do at CrossFit, and it's called a hero workout because it's dedicated to this soldier who basically sacrificed his life to save his team in Afghanistan, right? So we do this workout in memory of the brave people that have served our country so that we can live the way we do now. And it's a really, really tough workout. So you start out with a mile run, and then it's 100 push-ups, 200 pull-ups, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then you end with a mile run. And yeah, I did my first one last year, was riddled with anxiety about it last year. It was pretty difficult leading up to it this year as well because I was just so nervous, and I know it's like a really long workout, but that's how we celebrated. We completed it, and then afterwards we went to a barbecue that was hosted by our gym, so it was really cool to hang out with the people at the gym outside. And it's so funny because, you know, we always see each other just at the gym. So it's really exciting whenever we see those people outside and we're in like regular clothes and we're not sweaty and gross. And it's like, oh my gosh, you look so nice. Or you look so nice in regular clothes. And just being able to eat and hang out and stuff. So thank you for asking. That was our Memorial Day weekend. But that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was like, we were at the barbecue all day from like 12 to 5, which was insane. Okay, and then, was there a question? Did I miss another question?
Well, I'm answering. So Zarula is trying to write a book, and they're asking, well, kind of having a discussion here about, really want to write this book, but how do you have motivation every day to do so? And so I'm answering it because I was wondering if this person was wondering about my opinion.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so, what is that? Okay, so dating my husband. What else did I want to share with you guys? Okay, sorry. I'm just going to go back to this book real quick. So before we start this Love Dare, there is actually a test, and I believe even if you don't have the book, you might be able to take it. But if you go to the lovedaretest.com, I don't know how many questions there are, but basically you can do a pulse check on your relationship with your husband or wife. And it's tough because like after you take the test, the results tell you like where you are in terms of like what are some things that are a strength for you. Like, you know, are you good about apologizing? Are you good about, you know, providing words of affirmation? And so it tells you like, I think red it's a clear weakness, and it tells you like which days of the challenge will help you become more aware of why this is important. And based on your score, it'll also, if it's blue, I think it indicates that it's likely a strength. So maybe you're really good about providing words of affirmation to your partner. And it also tells you, here are the days that are going to help strengthen that thing you're already doing so you can be even better at it. And I took the evaluation yesterday. Did you take it yet?
No, I haven't taken
it. Didn't? Okay. Spoiler alert, I mean, we'll talk about this in depth tomorrow, but my score was lower this year than last year because I took it last summer. Yeah, so we'll tell you more about it. I thought I was gonna score much higher, and it didn't come out quite as I hoped. So yeah, I hope you guys will tune in, or man, if you would even wanna do this with us, that would be really cool. Okay. What is next? I'm going to apply some blush. For anyone that's curious, I'm using RMS Diabolique. It's a lip to cheek product, and I'm going to show you how I've been liking wearing this on my lips these days, because I find that sometimes I don't want to just wear this on its own, even though it can be pretty sheer. But starting a few days ago, what I did was I'll layer Diabolique with this. This is Bite Beauty's Glacé. This is the matte lip crayon. And I freaking love this. I almost decluttered this, you guys. And in that video, I was like, oh, maybe I'll just hang on to it for a little bit more. And I'm so glad I did. And again, if you got my newsletter, this is not news to you because I just talked about this on Friday. But look, it's seriously just a slightly more pigmented version of my natural lip color. So I feel like it makes me feel put together, but not like overly, done up. So then sometimes most days I'll leave it just like this. And then sometimes I'll just take a little bit of that. So like maybe like 2 pats, and then I just blot it on like that. And it just makes it a little bit, it's a little sheen, so it's not super matte, because this on its own is supposed to be really matte. It's not, and I love that the formula is not drying at all. So I'm just patting that on. I feel like it makes my lips just feel a little bit like plumper. So there. This smells so good. It smells like a candy from childhood, and I can't place exactly what it is. Do you think you could? Sometimes you're really good about nailing those things. Does it kind of smell like 새콤달콤?
No. It's too faint for me to really.
No.
It tastes more like a sugar candy, or smells more like a sugar candy to me.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh, the other thing that I want to tell you about. I got a care package over the weekend, and it's from one of my lovely women. She was a former client when we released our 6-week online course. And then, she's someone I totally consider a friend now. But she just sent me a care package from Korea with she didn't give me any hints or clues. She just wanted to send me a package. And my gosh, I'm pretty sure she handmade the card. It's so beautiful. I'll have to show you at another time. But this woman sent me 4 of my favorite mascaras, like the ones that I had trouble even finding in Korea when I was there. And ever since I left Korea, it's been pretty much impossible for me to find. But she sent me 2 of those. And as much as I love the mascara, I can't use it very well on its own. Eventually it does kind of tend to bring my lashes down. But the magic, the secret sauce, the combo is putting this underneath. And this is Etude House's Dr. Mascara Fixer. And there's 2 different kinds. So you got to get the volume up one, because the other one has the little fibers. And I personally don't like that one. But I'm so excited. I haven't worn mascara in quite a while because it's a lot of effort for not that much payoff. So we're going to curl the eyes. Ow. Are you warm?
Yeah, it's very hot.
Can we turn something on?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've just curled this guy. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this.
While you're doing that, Tracy Faux says, hi, Jen. It's Tracy from Pink Moon. So stoked to be catching you live.
Hi, Tracy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you about Tracy. Tracy and I have been in contact because she represents a brand, which I just finished one of the products she sent me and I love it. So I'm going to talk about it in the future empties. But Tracy, I found out she wasn't just a rep that represents this brand, but I was so stoked to find out that she is someone who's been a viewer of my channel since we were in Korea. And so when she was like responding to or like writing to me in emails and we're going back and forth, it was so cool. Like she's so thoughtful in like all of the little things that she remembers, or like kind of understanding what I like and what I appreciate and really just nailing those things. And I was telling her like, damn, any brand is so lucky to have you like represent them. And so it's been really awesome. She's one of the people that I like, easily one of the top 5 people that I have interacted with in terms of like potential collaborations or like product reviews. So Tracy, you are amazing. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited for this coat of mascara. Okay. I don't know if you guys can even see the difference there, but.
So Anna was excited about Heroin Make.
Yeah, it's this mascara, Anna!
She asked, how do you remove that mascara combo? I used to use it, but it was such a pain to remove.
So what I have been doing, okay, honestly, I haven't used this combo in a long time, but when I did use it last, I'd say Moon's Aqui, I would use that and a washcloth, or I would use jojoba oil on a cotton pad, or I think this was removed really easily with one of those cleansing balms, and I think I was using the Vanilla Co. one. I forget the name, but right now I have one called from the brand Pharmacy. It's a Korean brand, but they sell it at Sephora, and that was a balm gifted to me by a friend, and I have a feeling that will take it off. I'll experiment with it tonight, and I'll let you know, Anna. But Anna, okay, sorry. I feel like you were going to say something. Can you let me know if this combo worked really well for you? Like, I always want to talk to more people that have tried it, because nothing else works for me, you guys. Like, I see freaking commercials for Too Faced better than Sex Mascara. Like, every single YouTube video that I watch, I'm like, oh, I wish I could use it. And I can't. It doesn't work on me.
Wow. While we're on the subject of eyelashes, Karen wants to know how you're enjoying your falsies.
Oh.
I was looking into the particular brand you spoke of, but can't justify spending the money considering the fact that I have no experience in applying eyelashes.
Karen, that's a very good concern you bring up, because I would say this is the first pair of falsies that I've bought myself. Like, I've had them applied on me like for weddings and other occasions, and I just never really found them to be very comfortable. But I will say I have 2 pairs of the velour, and these are the ones that I wore in the last morning chat. Maybe they look intense right now, but this is the Effortless Lashes, the short and sweet. And while they don't look really natural, like especially if you're not used to seeing that on you, I would say of the other velours I have had, because I've actually returned some, this one leans more toward the natural end. And the band, it's not so stiff that it like kind of stabs and pokes. So I actually really think that this is a great starter lash. And this is how they market it too. It was like, you know, you don't have to trim it or measure it. You don't have to wear eyeliner. I do have to wear eyeliner if I want to blend it in more. So yeah, I would actually give this a try. And I think Sephora has a pretty good return policy if it doesn't work. I've gotten this pair and then another pair, but the other ones were super intense. So I knew that it wasn't going to be an everyday wear for me. But yeah, this is a great one. Also, it's about like 22, I think I paid. But then if you take care of them and you keep them in the case here, and you remove the glue when you're not wearing them, you're supposed to get like 20 plus uses out of it. So I kind of did the calculations there. And when I was in Korea, I would regularly get lash extensions. And when I think about how much I was paying then, for me, this is, for our budget right now too, this is like a steal with pretty decent payoff. And the other trick that I learned is that when you stick on lashes, you want to make sure you put it on the outer 3/4, because sometimes I put it too close to the inner corners and that's where it stabs. So that's something that I kind of played around with to see what works for me. So yeah, I hope you'll give these a try. I do recommend these.
Tracy says, also, I have you're so sweet. You and Brandon are such great humans, which is really nice. Also, I have tragically straight eyelashes myself and haven't found an eco beauty brand that really keeps them up.
Yeah.
But Ilia's Limitless Lash doesn't weigh them down as much as others.
Oh, okay. Ilia is a brand that I've been very interested in. I actually tried their serum foundation and I bought the wrong color, so I had to return it. And then instead of repurchasing it, I was kind of like, ugh, I should just finish up, my Glossier Skin Tint. And in the future, I usually, for something indulgent like that, like a $54 foundation, I like to save up like Sephora gift cards or, wait for when I don't have to spend money on it when I don't need to. So, I'm glad to know that that is an option, because I've tried a handful of green mascaras and unfortunately they don't work for me.
Julie, in the spirit of trying stuff, offers or asks that maybe you try the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara.
Ooh.
She has heavy, stick, straight lashes, and those keep her curls and make sure it's waterproof.
Do you wear anything underneath that, Julie?
Tracy says Sephora sells a mini version of the Limitless Lash in case you want to try it.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, Sephora's been great about their minis. I love that. Thank you, Tracy. I will definitely look into that. Well, probably after these mascaras are done, because I just got 2 new tubes of them.
Denise says, it's a little off topic, but I know you used to use the Glossier's, is it Milky Jelly Cleanser?
Yes.
Okay. And wanted to know if you would still recommend it. Was thinking of trying it out.
Yes, I did really like that. And then there came a point in my life where my collection of cleansers was just growing, whether they were things I was getting from brands or like my Beauty Heroes boxes. And so I put a pause in that. And so, yeah, if you haven't tried it, I bought a ton from my best friend. I know I think she still has the batch that I last bought her. And that's something that she still uses to, I actually don't know if she does it as a first or second cleanse, but she tells me even after like over a year later, she still uses that. So yeah, I'd recommend it. I think the price point is pretty friendly, but let's see, I don't know if I'd recommend it for a heavy sunscreen or a waterproof makeup. So maybe something like a richer one, like a balm and a washcloth. I'd recommend for waterproof mascara and sunscreen.
Just giving you a friendly 10-minute warning.
Okay. Alrighty. I think I waited a bit too long but babe, look at my lashes right now. Isn't that pretty long for my natural lashes? I just don't know if any of this is showing on camera, so I'm showing you.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah, it's there.
Brandon's like really leaning into a screen to see it. But seriously, this is pretty long for my own lashes. I do gotta clean it up though. Was there something else that I had to... I want to talk about CrossFit, Love Dare, dating my husband. Yeah, I think that's what was important.
Yeah. No more questions right now, but Amal Raimi says, good morning. It's 1 a.m. here in Brussels and I cannot sleep.
Good
Glad
morning.
I can watch this live.
1 a.m. Wow. Is it Sunday evening or Monday evening for you?
Good question. Well, I mean, there was a nice little chat here about how to stay motivated. In terms
that you were fielding?
Yeah, and Anna gave some similar and great advice, but I guess maybe you can answer the question of how do you stay motivated to consistently create content? Maybe that's something that you can explore as we sign off here in the next 10 minutes.
Okay. I think the biggest thing there is ironically not to rely on motivation, because motivation wavers like an annoying word that I don't want to use right now. You just can't rely on it. And it's funny because Brenda and I were talking about the importance of routines and having one, and how, you can have, or at least for me, I have like the best intentions for the next day. And the evening before, I'll like schedule out everything and put everything in and just be so pumped and wake up the next morning and not want to do any of it. So I wouldn't rely on motivation, the feeling. I would rely on setting structures for yourself. And one of the big things that I really have been actively working and more like swearing by is like time blocking, right? So you set aside time in your calendar for when you will do certain things. And as you show up for yourself and you complete that in the time that you scheduled and you grow that discipline, it's the action of you doing that and showing up that will lead to you feeling more motivated as a consequence, right? So don't look for the motivation first, do the hard work. And, if it's something that like you're really, really struggling with right now, it's okay to take baby steps. So maybe your time blocking looks like, okay, here's a project that I have to work on or a report or whatever it is. And I couldn't do it for the life of me. Well, then tell yourself like, I'll work on it for 15 minutes. Like I can do it for 15 minutes and just use that time and be really, really focused and intentional with it. And then once you do that, a lot of times it's just even starting that helps build that momentum. And then do something that's really fun and relaxing for you for the next 15, right? So then you have something to look forward to, but at the same time, you're carving out this time to do what's most important. And you will see that the more you do this, the more motivated you'll be, because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting stuff done. And that's the cycle that you want to be in to feed that, to feed your desire for wanting to be motivated, right? So that's something that I have to really, really focus on doing, because if I just rely on motivation, a lot of times it ends me with like, it just fall on my face. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry feels the same. I have all these ideas of what to do in the morning, but after work, I no longer want to do it.
Yeah.
About the small steps.
Yeah. So even like something like, I mean, we have a schedule where, obviously we kind of report to ourselves. So it's a little bit different in that, but I would say like even something like working out, I know if I schedule it later in the day, it just won't happen. So that's like one huge win that I can give myself where, okay, that's going to be one of the first big things that I do. And I know once I do that, like it sets the tone for the rest of my day. And I feel like the showing up and doing the workout, I feel motivation, and that carries me through my work day. So I wonder what that could be for you. It doesn't have to be working out, but maybe it's a practice you've been wanting to incorporate that maybe is less of a time commitment. So maybe just like 10 minutes in the morning of, I don't know, like a meditation or journaling, or maybe even just sitting down and like free writing for 10, 15 minutes, right? So yeah, if you can afford to do that in the morning before heading into your work day, I would highly recommend that too. I think it will bleed into and really just give you that nice little encouragement, that support for the rest of your day for everything else you need to do.
Julie says she doesn't wear any primers underneath. Only Mascara has worked for her.
Okay.
The mall says it's Monday evening, so it's future.
Happy Monday evening, future. Yes.
Yeah, but I think it's worth signing off and letting people know that this is the last live public, and explaining why and then how they can get connected.
Okay. So yes, I spoke about this at the very beginning. So if you're joining later on into this video, this is going to be the last public live morning chat. Okay, so it doesn't mean that I won't do lives in the future. But what will happen is, if you sign up for my gratitude newsletter, in there, before we have our live, I'm going to have an unlisted link. And basically what that means is you can only come into the live stream if you have this link. And the only way to get it is through my weekly email. So if you want to sign up, I'll leave a link below after this live stream is over. And the reason we decided not to do it publicly anymore is what's happening is, when people just kind of stumble into this without, being a regular viewer of my channel, and I understand it's like, oh, who is this girl? What is she talking about? What's the purpose of this? And they might just go in and out, and then that engagement's not there. And what's happening is that process is sort of messing up our YouTube algorithms. And what happens is with YouTube, it's the videos that get the views or the watch time or the engagement. And those are the videos that YouTube pushes and recommends. So what's happening is, if we continue to just do this live, and we have people that are coming to my channel and this is the first video they're seeing, that lack of interest is hurting the potential, I guess, the exposure that we could be getting more of through YouTube's recommendations. Wow, I feel like that was a really long-winded way of explaining it. Would you say that's accurate? Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. It's not because, we love being able to hang out with you guys and interact like this, but yeah, I just wanted to let you know that in the future, that is how we will share the links for our live streams.
So yeah, I guess last question of the day, since it's almost 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I was asking, are you and Brandon reading any books at the moment? Any recommendations? Also, definitely signing up, which is really nice.
Oh,
following
thank you.
us since we lived in Korea and still using and was still using non-natural beauty products.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so using it even though, yeah. So yeah, books.
Books, okay. So right now, the book that I am reading, it's, I probably shouldn't be reading this before bed, let's be real. But not too long ago, I finished up the Netflix series, You. And it's with, I don't know his real name, but Dan Humphrey from Gossip Girl. He is like a bookshop keeper, and he starts becoming interested in this girl, and then he starts stalking her on her social media to see what kind of person she really is, or I guess how she displays herself online. And he almost becomes very obsessive with her. But you find out why. It's because he was kind of burned in his last relationship, and so he wants to make sure he knows this person before getting into a relationship. Anyway, that was quite entertaining. And I found out after I watched season 1 that it was actually a book, and it's called You. I think the author is Caroline. Her last name is spelled Kepnes. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I didn't read the first one because I already watched the show, but I'm obviously interested in season 2. So I started reading the sequel to You, which is called Hidden Bodies. And I won't tell you too much about it, because in case you want to watch the show, which I would recommend. I think Brennan would hate that show. I think he would think it's really dumb, but I don't know. Sometimes I like dumb shows. But yeah, I'm reading the sequel to that, and it's just an easy read. It's not, the plot isn't so complicated that I have to be fully alert. It's just before I go to bed, I want to be able to read a paperback and fall asleep without being on my phone so much. That's a huge struggle for me. So yeah, I'm reading that in the evening, and it's entertaining. It's not groundbreaking or anything, but just pure entertainment. Are you reading anything these days?
Well, I'm mostly doing audiobooks, and so I'm still on my Stephen King kick these days.
Yes. Was it the memoir book that kind of hit it off for you? Like reading about like how Stephen King, his writing process?
No, it is what got me into it, the movie, and then I read the book, and then I read more of his books, and then I got onto writing.
Got it. So Brandon's really into Stephen King.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they can hear you. I changed the mic setting, so yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But Stephen King's an interesting one too because he has that ritual, right? Doesn't he wake up at like 3 a.m. like every single day and he writes no matter what, right? And that's another thing that I'm so wowed by is that discipline of him doing that every single day. And then doesn't he also write his books backwards? Babe? Like he starts with the ending? If it's not Stephen King, it's someone else where they like write the ending first and then goes backwards.
No, he's sort of one of those guys that just that he might think of a scenario or a situation that he likes, but he develops the characters and the storylines as he writes.
Oh,
so he's one of those guys who doesn't start with an outline and backs his way in. He's just kind of like he lets his imagination and dreams sort of write the story for him as he's
like he really gets into the characters
every morning, every single day of the year.
Wow, 3 or 4 hours every single morning.
Also, Bevan Chan, this is awesome. But wanted to say thanks for the recipe in your newsletter on the sardines and rice. Tried it at home, and boyfriend is just obsessed. Had the hot sauce lying around at home, and can't believe I never thought to use it with rice. Life will never be the same.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for sharing that. You tried that. It's still one of our go-to meals. I don't know if I shared this in my newsletter, but we have a new addition to that recipe. So it's the rice, the sardines, the seaweed, the kim, and then we started adding furikake on top. Can you grab it real quick? That also, because the furikake is a little bit sweet, whereas like the seaweed wraps are salty. And this is the one we like, roasted black seaweed. Oh my gosh, if you can get your hands on this, Bevan is her name?
Yeah.
Okay. Recommend. And the hot sauce. The hot sauce is you have to have that. That is a key ingredient. We're down to 2 bottles. We got to place another order. But we have a shelf dedicated in our kitchen just to this hot sauce. We take it very seriously. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. As soon as this is over, I'm going to update the description box with the link. So if you want to sign up for our newsletter, it will be down below. What else? Oh yeah. So we're going to be filming our Dating My Husband episode tomorrow. I will have that up later in the week, and I can't wait to see you guys again and taking you along this journey of the love dare, which I'm partly very nervous about, actually. I think there's some tough topics in there that it's going to uncover some stuff. Okay.
All right.
Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. We love you. Bye.